Hello students, greetings of the day. St. Joseph's College for Women Autonomous Vishakhapatnam welcomes to St. Joseph's open web-based learning platform. So e-learn for a soulful and enriching e-learning experience. Department of Commerce and Management of St. Joseph's College for Women Autonomous presents MOOC, St. Joseph's massive open online course. I am R. Pavani, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management of St. Joseph's College for Women Autonomous Vishakhapatnam. Would like to teach you Module 3 ERP Implementation in ERP. The third submodule is Implementing an ERP System in Module 3 ERP Implementation. The outcomes of this chapter are: explain the ERP implementation lifecycle, identify the benefits of ERP, describe the limitations of ERP, define the data migration, discuss about the uses of data migration. The contents of this submodule are benefits of implementing ERP systems, limitations in implementing ERP system, ERP implementation lifecycle, data migration. Implementing an ERP system in an organization is a very complex process. It takes organized planning, expert consultation, and a well structured approach. Organizations generally use ERP vendors or consulting companies to implement their customized ERP system. There are three types of professional services that are provided when implementing an ERP system in the organization. They are consulting services, customization services, support services. Now we are going to discuss consulting services. It is responsible for initial stage of ERP implementation where they will help the organization to bring their new system to life with product training, workflow, improvement in ERP's use. The support services includes both support and maintenance of ERP systems, for instance of troubleshooting and assistance with ERP issues. Now we are going to discuss the benefits of implementation of ERP systems. The first benefit is efficiency. An ERP solution eradicates repetitive processes and significantly reduces the need to manually enter information. The system will also streamline business processes and make it easier and more efficient for companies to collect data irrespective of any department. The another benefit is forecasting. ERP software gives users and especially managers the tools they need to create more accurate forecasts. Since the information within ERP is as accurate as possible, organizations can make realistic estimates and more effective forecasts. The next benefit is collaboration. Collaboration between departments is a crucial part of a business. With the data entered into ERP systems being centralized and consistent, departments have to work together. The software also touches on almost every aspect of a business, thus encourages collaborative, interdependent effort. The another important benefit is scalability. Structured ERP systems allows the addition of new users and functions to grow the primarily implemented solution over time. When business is ready to grow or needs more resources, enterprise resource planning software facilitates that growth. The another benefit of implementation of ERP systems is integrated information. Even if the data spread across separate databases, all information is housed at a single location. This means one can integrate platforms like CRM software with the ERP systems, keep data consistent, accurate, and unique. Knowing customers, their orders, and inventory all at one place always helps business. The another benefit of ERP implementation is mobility. ERP solutions are now available in market. It is easy to have access to a centralized database from anywhere, home, office, wherever through our mobile friendly solution and application. The most important benefit is cost savings. With one source of perfect and real-time information, ERP software reduces administrative and operating costs. It allows organizations to proactively manage operations, prevents disruptions and delays, and breakups information jams and help users make decisions more rapidly. The another benefit is flexibility. Modern ERP software systems are robust, flexible, and configurable. They are not a one-size-fits-all proposition but can be custom-made to the unique needs of a business. ERP systems also can adapt to the ever-changing needs of a growing business, ensuring flexibility when a new solution is needed or when business grows. There are certain limitations in implementing of ERP system in the business organization. The first limitation is it is very expensive. The present business processes have to be retaught to make them synchronize with the ERP. So it is very expensive to implement for some organizations. The another disadvantage is lack of technical support. Most of the organizations may not have efficient managers to support technically for the ERP systems in the business. The another limitation is rigid for specific organizations. ERP systems may be too rigid for specific organizations that are either new or want to move in a new direction in the near future. Now we are going to discuss ERP implementation lifecycle. It is the process of implementation of the enterprise resource planning in any organization. It involves many steps and stages right from the start pre-selection process or the planning for project implementation, package evaluation or analysis, project planning or design, implementation and operations. ERP implementation lifecycle highlights the different phases of implementing an ERP system. And the most important first step of the life cycle is where the perfect ERP package has to be selected in agreement that fits the business environment. In the selection process, ERP packages that are not suitable are eliminated. Now we discuss about the stages or phases of ERP implementation life cycle. The first stage is pre-evaluation screening. It contains decision for perfect packages, gathering number of ERP screening which eliminates the unmatched or non-suitable packages with respect to business processes, final selection which is done choosing from the best choices available. The second step is package evaluation. It is very important stage as the efficiency of evaluation process decides the success or failure of project. In this stage, package is evaluated based on the parameters set by company. Packages are tested and certified and the coordination between different departments or units is taken into account. Package evaluation is done based on the criteria of cost. The evaluation is done on the simplicity as the prime requirement is that the package should be user friendly. The next stage is project planning. In this stage, proper planning of the implementation process of the project is made and designed. The resources are allocated and it also involves design of the implementation process. The next stage is gap analysis. Gap analysis is an important step in the life cycle of ERP implementation. It is performed to analyze the current situation of the business organization and its future projections as needed. The next step is re-engineering. It is needed to make the implementation process, which involves many changes and alterations. The job responsibilities of employees and the number of employees can be altered as well. This step is done to make the business processes more efficient. The next step is configuration. Configuration means changing the parameters that meet the needs of business, financial language, shipping, and customer facing. Organizations also configure ERP system to increase revenue by a certain set of specifications like a geographical unit or product line. The next step is implementation team training. It involves employees of getting used to the new system in order to run the system smoothly later. Get the time at this stage to learn the software and its features and become self-sufficient in order to be able to operate later when consultants and suppliers to end and go. The next step is testing. It is an important step and is carried out so that the errors can be found and resolved before the actual application process. It is a phase when old system is broken down. The testing is undertaken for real case scenarios. The testing is done for extreme cases like system overload, multiple users logging at the same time with same query. If users get entered invalid data, hackers trying to enter restricted areas, and so on. Testing is done to find the weak links in the system and those bugs are fixed before going live. The next step is end user training. A design keep the following three parameters in mind, that is success and failure, people, and training sections. They give overall training to the end users how to use the ERP software. The last phase is post-implementation phase. It contains the parameters of necessary enhancements and upgrades, training, and input maximization. All stages of ERP project goes through a cycle of life of the ERP implementation. It is important to complete these phases with attention to detail in order to run the ERP project successfully. After the application is done, maintenance is also very much important and the system must be regular updates to keep up with changes in technology. ERP implementation requires various tasks that need to occur and vary from company to company and not be used as a final template for selection. It is used as a checkpoint for ensuring that any key tasks are not missed in ERP selection methodology. The methodology of ERP implementation is divided in the following 5 phases, that is phase 1 project preparation, phase 2 blueprint, phase 3 realization, phase 4 final preparation, phase 5 go live and support. While implementing ERP, it is important to know the data from current systems which is to be migrated to new system. It is possible to migrate to take entire data to new system, but it would probably cost more and take more time than the current ERP project being undertaken. So the solution is data migration. It is the process of moving required size of data from existing systems to new system. Existing systems can be anything from custom-built IT infrastructures to spreadsheets and standalone databases. Data migration helps and encompasses all the necessary steps to cleanse the data, correct and move data into a new system. A good data migration should allow the ERP implementation to reduce risk and to lower operational expenses and improve data quality. There are certain steps in data migration which we will discuss in the next slide. These steps of data migration strategy that can help with the success of an ERP implementation. The steps are identifying the data to be migrated, determining the timing of data migration, generating the data templates, freezing the tools for data migration, deciding on migration related steps, deciding on data archiving. The stages of successfully implementing ERP technology ensures that the organizing and the team, all of whom desire functionality, usability, and flexibility for the end users, expertly handle the implementation process. Check your progress. The stages of successfully implementing ERP technology ensures that the organization and the team, all the whom desire functionally, usability and flexibility for the end users, expertly handle the implementation process. All ERP implementations vary in scope and ERP technology is constantly changing, but experts know and train end users to handle these changes with ease. Thank you, students. Happy learning.